Mokunah was a very volcanic planet, surrounded by unmerciful lava spouts that drained through molten rocks. Upon returning from the mortal realm of existence, Marolak, for over thousands of years, took his first steps and stumbled back onto his kingdom. Some of the demons that patrolled the area carefully gazed at the mysterious phantom that slowly approached the fort's gate. Zarkus, a horned humanoid with black eyes that haunted the darkness, immediately sheathed a razor-sharp blade from his quiver and pointed it to the apparition.
"Outsiders are not welcome here, mortal,"
he said, whilst snarling and showing his rotten teeth in a wild manner. The phantom gazed back at Zarkis and revealed himself of the robe that had covered his facial structure. Marolak was very displeased of the fact that his long-lost companion had perhaps forgotten him at that moment, so he too had grappled onto his fiery sword that ignited a red flame across the iron surface it was covered in. Notice that no one had wielded this blade except the king of the combustion realm. Zarkis knew this and took one big yet impressive step backwards. Fear had crossed the demon's mind, then turned his feelings into pure hatred as he stared onto the phantom's cold eyes one more time.
My king?"
he extolled whilst kneeling before Marolak in great surprise.
You have returned?"
"Yes," the wielder added, "and my vengeance burns brightly."
"Fueled by hatred and ambition."
"I suppose your plan had worked out, my lord?"
"Is the king truly dead?"
asked Xerxes with great anxiety.
"Yes. But there's another potential threat that could lead Mokunah and our people to its doom. A sudden rising of the forces of Siren Guard will be our undoing. Quick, Zarkus! I must reveal myself once more to our society. Soon I will reclaim my power."
The Dark Lord and his faithful companion then traveled through the halls of Mokunah's dominant strongholds, Crimson Banner. As they descended onto the stairs that ultimately had led to the throne room, Marolak jumped with surprise as he saw another Tharkian man resting on a large ebony seat that the vile demon had felt nostalgia for. He owned it, yet another man had claimed it during Marolak's absence. Large crowds of Tharkian men scattered across the enormous room and chattered in a rather hearty manner.
"Brethren!"
Zarkis exclaimed, whilst trying to calm the rogue demons.
"A long-forgotten member of our rageful society has returned."
Whilst trying to finish his sentence, Marolak, full of vexation, stepped on a rocky table and revealed himself in front of the crowds of Tharkians.
"Behold!" Zarkis roared. "Our king has returned."
Overwhelming whispers of confusion then invaded the molten room. The wild demons gazed at each other and couldn't believe, with great haste, that Marolak, the king of the fire realm, had awakened from death. Through moments of hatred, the Dark Lord scanned the room zealously and noticed something that was more atrocious to him than anything. With disgust, the Dark Lord crunched his armored fists together and saw that someone else had taken a seat onto his rightfully owned throne. This can't be. The great Marolak died centuries ago. This is a phony. Kill him immediately, the Tharkian shouted, as he stood up from the partial broken-down seat.
"It seems as if I have failed you, my former student,"
exclaimed the Dark Lord, whilst being aware of the Tharkians that had bared arms. Each of them had a blade they sheathed in order to defend the kingdom of Mokunah and its leaders. Tarakan, the demon with a pierced yet tattooed face, descended back onto the throne in apathy. Surely he solemnly believed that his fiends would submit to his foul schemes. However, some of the Tharkians remained benevolent to the fact that perhaps Marolak had returned to save them, hoping for a better future. "Our savior has returned?" a demon in the background shouted amidst the ancient architecture of Crimson Banner. "He is not back!" Tarakan argued, destroying the phony who dares to call himself a dead man. "Marolak is gone!" The oppressor was desperate. Tarakan acknowledged it was possible for the Dark Lord to return, but he desired to not give up his dominant role as king.
If you are truly so powerful, Tarakan, why not face me in a duel? After all, this is how our ancestors declared war. This throne belongs to me. Therefore, I challenge you. Face me.
Marolak's fixation grew, and he understood that once more he can rule Mokunah with an iron fist. The Tharkin gazed at the pressured Tarakan with great expectations. It was as if they wanted to lure him into the confrontation. However, the wild demon was hesitant, yet he accepted the challenge effortfully. "Very well," he answered, whilst attracting an iron-like blade into his very grasp. Before colliding into a duel, though, Tarakan adjusted his hematite armor with great care onto his torso that would ultimately save him from harm. He stepped onward the steps that were attached to the throne base and faced the hungry Marolak cautiously. The Dark Lord, at this particular moment, feasted his eyes downward the prey that stood before him. Tarakan knew that somehow Marolak dominated the battle before it even began, with a dangerous stare that would hunt him down. He leaned onward the fearful Tarakan with great intimidation and whispered slightly into his ear.
I'm going to crush your spirit, Tarakan, and you know it.
The vile demon leaped into the air without hesitation and sliced with his iron sword towards Marolak's face. A slight blood sample slithered across the Dark Lord's cheek. With growing vexation, however, Marolak ignited his fury blade once more and dodged the blow of Tarakan's second strike. The tension that grew within the area made everyone slightly anxious. Whilst cringing, they feasted their eyes onto the battle. Even some of the demons escaped out of the gates of Crimson Banner fearfully. It was as if they never dared to face the dysfunctional leadership of Mokunah had suffered. At least for the moment. Marolak performed another impressive movement with his blade that slightly had penetrated through his adversary's armor. Tarakan shrieked in pain as the flames had erected towards his inner organs. The depraved anguish he had faced decreased his morality within the minutes of the battle. The Dark Lord, however, unmercifully continued his dangerous pace of colliding his sword onwards Tarakan, without showing any sign of benevolence or compassion. Those two words were foreign to him. In fact, he underestimated them so much that even when he was by himself, he couldn't feel either. To him, there was only purpose in bringing utter power to his people. Marolak knew that. Tarakan fell under his debated ambition. However, this was a fight the vile demon couldn't win. The Dark Lord immediately threw a dangerous punch towards Tarakan's horns, which therefore concluded to him staggering. He fell to the ground in great fatigue, and his sword swerved around the hematite-like cement into a lava pit that viciously swallowed the iron structure. Marolak stepped onward the helpless demon with great contempt and intimidation.
You lose.
he said whilst raising his blade. With soulless anger pulsing through Tarakan's soul, the vile demon responded with great contempt. You are strong, and I am weak. Finish me, for the greater purpose of our society.
You shall be king. Marolak.
The Dark Lord elevated his blade once more into the air. Yet something unpredictable had crossed the thoughts of many Therikans of Crimson's banner. Marolak sheathed his blade. In fact, he even lent a hand towards the humiliated predator.
Killing someone for no particular purpose,
whispered the Dark Lord in a rather deep, ominous tone,
is only for the sadistic. You shall serve Mokunah with all its gallant, hungry warriors. You will serve our purpose, and soon we shall rule the universe. Get up, Tarakan!
The remaining demons of the depraved castle roared with glory as they gazed on the ambitious Marolak. For the moment, Tarakan's humiliation was spread, and he was thankful no further blood had been shed.
I shall serve your purpose, master,
the vile demon answered whilst bowing in front of the Dark Lord of Mokunah.
Oh, great Marolak, bring justice to our realm!